Yo guys, what is going on? Insanity coming back at you today with another Division 2 video, and as the E3 2018 press coverage continues and more Division 2 news keeps hitting the internet, I'm right here to go ahead and bring it to you right here on this channel. Now, the first thing I really wanted to go ahead and try and do is we've had a ton of gameplay demos hitting the internet, rather it be from the Division themselves, other companies, publishers, journalists, all these crazy things. I just wanted to go ahead and give you a couple of things that I have found that you may have overlooked in the Division 2 gameplay. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the obvious things here. Signature skills are out, and now specialists are in. This is where you have a golden opportunity in the end game to pick one of three different roadmaps: sharpshooter, demolitionist, or survivalist. And with those, you're going to have the Barrett 50 cal with the sharpshooter. You're going to have a grenade launcher with the demolitionist, and you're also going to have the crossbow with the survivalist. So that's going to be a path that you're going to be able to choose and take down a long line of trying to figure out how you want to try and progress in an in-game progression system, which is absolutely important to this game. Secondly, the other thing that you may have missed, because there's only been one little confirmation of it at this point besides what's been written down in actual text form through Ubisoft, which is the Dark Zone is back. No, it is not being shown off at this time, but it is going to be a much more improved and a much better Dark Zone than ever before. That is one of the biggest things that you have to try and remember, guys, is that the Dark Zone was a very toxic place. It was hated by many, loved by others, and it was a really big, huge, weird mix of emotions in the first game. I still love going there, farming PvE bosses, and of course getting into those occasional PvP fights that were always unbalanced, and that's exactly what this game looks to fix more than ever: balance. So that's two things. A third thing that's actually being introduced for the very first time is settlements. This is gonna still be alongside things like safe houses and your base of operations, whatever that is this time around. But settlements are there whenever you try and liberate a section, a control point, which they're about to be doing in this video here over by the Air Force One. You'll have an opportunity to go ahead and talk to a guy. He'll give you something. He'll give you a side mission. You'll get stuff from this person. And it's a place where people are trying to take control and help rebuild society. Next, we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about the end game, because everyone is still very curious about what the end game is going to be, how it's going to work. Is PvP only going to be accessible in the end game? We don't know at this point. But one of the things that Julian did say in an interview is that the end game is going to be extremely unique. It's going to really pull the players in, and it's going to have a major hook that is just going to drag you through the mud and just make it so that there's a smooth transition from the end of the campaign into what is this new end game. Moving on with the end game, you're going to get a brand new feature being added to the game, which is 8-player raids for the very first time. These are going to be the hardest and most challenging obstacles in the Division. These activities are going to be for those who are extremely well equipped, they have the right skills, and they are really, really good with teamwork. And that's exactly what's going to be exciting. It's more than Stolen Signal. It's going to be way bigger and much more grand. So I'm actually pretty excited about that. Once you start seeing some of the inventory screens, you're going to notice that there are brand new gear sets. There's brand new attributes. There's weapon drop-offs, making it so that your damage is going to fall depending on how far you are, which is a really big RPG element that we've never had in the game before. Next, you're going to notice that there's floating supply drops hanging from parachutes that didn't quite make it to the ground. You can shoot those little guys and they will drop loot on the ground. You'll notice whenever you're running around, you'll see these blue beams of loot hanging through the sky. Usually you would think, oh, that's a cosmetic. Not this time around. That's actually going to mean something totally brand new. That's going to be the ammo for your specialist weapon, and I'm sure we're going to have a brand new way of finding cosmetics and vanities in the Division 2 besides just finding loot drops. So that is all of that. But there's even more to that vanity system. We're going to have a visual progression that is going to be unlike anything we've seen in the Division before. There's going to be exotic sets that are going to work with gear together, and there's going to be charms hanging off the back of your agents, and there's going to be customization beyond belief. I cannot wait to see how all of this works. Now, the last part that I really wanted to go ahead and get into is something that you're probably about to see any minute on screen here. It's the fact that we finally have some of the loot options that we've never had in the Division before, and some of the most requested features that I've wanted in the Division as well. That would be the ability to start going through your loot and dismantling it before it ever hits your bag. For the first time, we have that ability. You have a ton of loot options at the bottom of the screen once you head on over to a loot drop, and you can see that right now. There's loot all, and junk. That is the main piece of the pie right there. That is the part that I'm very, very excited about. I mentioned that myself in the past ETF at Bravo. That is something that everyone should be praising, because we can finally make it so that you don't have to pick up everything, clutter up your backpack, and then dismantle things, mark it as junk, do this and that. So yeah, that is a wonderful addition, and I'm very happy to see it. Congrats, Massive, Redstorm, and all the other devs for putting that in. Loadouts are being part of the game the moment that you start, and yeah, that's pretty much going to go ahead and just drop everything into one quick little hat here. I'm trying to keep this as short as I possibly can, because I know there's a ton of other Division 2 content out there that you guys want to check out. So with that being said, be sure to go ahead and drop a like if you haven't already, sub if you're brand new to the channel. Keep enjoying the Division 2 content, because believe me, it's going to keep on coming. This channel is blowing up once again thanks to Tom Clancy's The Division. I owe everything to this game for the success of my channel. So all of you that are new, thank you for being here. Drop a sub if you enjoy, because I promise there's more to come. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace out.